This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
This is Max Headroom, and what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dig you IT geeks. This is Dre DeMatteo from Sons of Anarchy. You are listening to IT in the D.
So what happens when you tap the angry beaver in the bunghole?
Exactly. Come on. Christ. What the hell with this? I'm calling a break. We'll come back to this.
What's up, everybody? This is Billy Zapka. Sweep the leg. Listening to IT in the D Show. No mercy.
Just where do you guys think you are?
The Library of Congress?
Detroit? Beyond the sun?
Any of those right?
Hey guys, this is Ty Mogg, Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. You're listening to the IT&D Show.
Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson, and you're listening to IT in the D. All you nerds out there.
Take him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
I used to hang out at the Magumbo Bar. It was a rough place, the seediest dive on the wharf, populated with every reject and cutthroat from Bombay to Calcutta. It's worse than Detroit.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Then don't come! Shut up!
This is Robert Hayes, the Ted Stryker to my mother. When I'm not hanging out at the Magumbo Bar, I'm listening to the IT and the D Show. It's worse than Detroit.
Is there such thing as a meat hangover?
I love my Monday meat stick.
Turn your microphone off. Just get out.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, John Kreese from the Karate Kid movie, and you're listening to IT in the D.
I don't know who brought that bell in, but Bob's got a new toy.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT in the D Show.
Hey, Jerry Slater. Hey, Jerry Slater.
Really good.
Hey, Jerry Slater.
The Turf Monster is in full effect here.
Hey, folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to the IT in the D Show. Tough guy. Ho!
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
Ludicrous speed. Go!
It's Monday, it's 9 o'clock, and we are live. Welcome to the IT and the D Show. We're sitting here in the Russell Industrial Center in beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is episode 59. Wow, that was a hard cut.
no fade, nothing, just
exactly.
Like
I
just decided we were done with it.
That proves something. Yeah, we're not professionals.
So the Emperor is no longer marching?
This is Mr. Monday Night Bob the Sales Guy.
Hey,
we're sitting here.
Emperor can dance.
We're sitting here.
There we go.
We're sitting here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. We have a packed studio in. We have Amy here from Detroit Soup, Jennifer from All Things Detroit. We have Dave hanging out from Bamboo in the back.
Did you just say Jennifer Soup from All Things Detroit?
Yes. I did not.
No, he didn't.
I said it right.
He said Amy from Soup.
Amy Soup.
No, you said it right.
Amy Soup from Jennifer Things Detroit.
But now that you've caught her out, we've actually wasted 30 seconds talking about it.
And we have a very, very special announcement. We'll sneak in
tonight on a very special IT.
Oh, we do. It's an after-school special.
I learned it from watching you.
But we do have breaking news that we're going to unveil segment 3, segment 4, so you got to hang out to listen to that. But yeah, episode 59, we're live.
We are. And more importantly, we're live and we're alive. We survived the Pink Slip Party.
We did. That was we didn't. It was one of those ones where, remember when our first Pink Slip Party when we were at the Blackfin, we didn't know what to expect. Then our first one at St. Andrews, and we were like, we're never going to fill this place. So now we have a new venue that's bigger yet, and we utter panic mode all day that no one's going to come. M1 traffic, because Woodward's shut down to one lane. I go, no one's going to come down here with the traffic. And lo and behold, it was one of my favorite.
Everyone showed up.
It was one of my favorite events we've ever done. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to miss it, but I saw you guys' posts, and that was exactly it. Like, you could actually time it by the hour, so like every hour on the hour, you're like, holy crap, where is everyone? 1 hour later, holy crap, will people stop coming?
Well, yeah, I mean, one of my things is, when we talk about local, right? We all like to support local, and the Majestic's owned local. It's not owned by Live Nation. It's not owned. Not anything against that, but it was cool to support, and they were so happy to have us. And the security guys were really happy to have us because, it's usually like punk rock. And
did you have to wake them up?
Yeah, exactly.
No, seriously. So the best part was the conversation I was having with those guys outside at one point, and I'm like, you guys are just, I'm like, look, I get it. Like, the St. Andrews guys were always bored off their asses. Mm-hmm. You've got to be bored. They're like, no, man, this is nice. Like, we're making money and not having to do anything because tomorrow night there's a rap show here, and there's going to be...
Two extremes.
Exactly. And he's like, there's going to be 10 fights. There's going to be some idiot with a gun. There's going to be somebody's shoe is going to get stepped on, and there's going to be a throwdown.
And so a room full of IT geeks is a welcome.
Oh yeah, they would take us all day, every day.
And the worst complaint
bring
we
them
had
a Barca lounger.
And the worst thing we had to hear was the free beer wasn't cold enough, so we had to deal with it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's always the case, right?
The free pizza wasn't warm enough. Whatever.
Yeah.
No, we had,
in this case, the parking wasn't close enough.
Yeah, it was right behind the building.
It was literally right behind the building.
But we had Sergeant Pepperoni's catered it. I mean, their pizza.
Well, I mean, for those who don't know, I mean, the Majestic is more than just the Majestic Theater. I mean, it's the Majestic Theater, the Majestic Cafe. There's Sergeant Pepperoni's that's attached in there. There's the Garden Bowl.
It goes on.
I think that's the oldest bowling alley in the U.S.
Yeah, so, I mean, Sergeant Pepperoni's was...
I did not know that.
It's like 100. They just celebrated their 100th anniversary.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Where they used to do Bowling for Dollars, right?
Oh yeah, back in the old days. Yeah.
So I mean, it was, and the pizza from Sergeant Pepperoni's was
good stuff,
top notch. Yeah. Very, very.
Well,
happy.
we weren't sure if people were going to be cool with Mowin Pizza when you're talking to recruiters, right? But it went over. It went over very well.
But then we realized we don't care.
Well, I mean, the last couple of Pink Slip parties we did, I mean, people were walking around with a place full of Bucharest Grill,
shawarma and grape leaves,
right?
So this is actually, not much different.
No, it was kind of like
greasy pizza.
It was kind of like back to school. We're like, bring 10 pizzas until someone passes out, and bring whatever,
and then bring 5
every 15 minutes.
Right.
So we'll talk more about the Pink Slip Party in a sec, but just to handle business, we are live.
IT in the D.
We are out at IT in the D.
You are not.
You are not IT in the D.
Still never aren't. And funny story about that too. We're out at itinthed.com. You can find us at Facebook at facebook.com/itinthed. You can find us on Twitter at IT. No one even knows what a backslash is, Bob.
What'd you call me?
You're a backslash.
Ampersand.
Yeah. Schwa. And
can we get umlaut IT in the D?
Right.
Oh.
IT in the D.
Yeah. Just to make Bob happy, just to shut him up.
And then on Twitter, we're at IT in the D.
Ampersand IT in the D.
No, we're not. No operators. We are, as always, brought to you by Logicalis. They are still the good folks that are helping support our cause and everything we do. They are a IT solutions and managed services provider. They do basically, like we always say, whatever your boss is asking you to do, they probably have it in stock on a shelf or as a readily available service that they can provide to you.
And we're brought to you by Quantum Storage.
As I say, and we're also brought to you by Quantum now as well.
They do. I would say they're a great solution if you're looking for D2D dupe and don't want to spend an arm and a leg. Great tier 2 provider storage. Yeah, they're good.
D2D dupe. What?
Yeah,
D2D dupe.
You know what that? If you're in data center, if you don't know what D2D dupe is, you need a new job. So. Disc to disc.
Okay.
Stop talking. Get in the data center more often. Quit wearing the tie during the day.
I don't wear a tie during the day.
Yeah, you do.
Who wears ties?
The data center is somewhere on my Visio diagram.
Exactly.
But no, so I mean, our Pink Slip event went really, really well. Very happy all around. We got a lot of great feedback from everybody. Everybody enjoyed the venue change. Everybody liked the room. Everybody liked the venue. Life was good.
I hear there was breathing room for a change.
Yes, that was the nice part.
Elbow room.
We did. I mean, we had more than 100 recruiters that were there, and we had a lot of folks that showed up to hang out. What was nice is we had a lot of folks from either the Shifting Gears cohorts.
Very cool.
That we had spoken at in the past.
There must have been a dozen from Shifting Gears.
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
That, kept, finding us wherever we were. Hey, do you remember me? No.
No.
I was in the Shifting Gears class. Oh, okay, so that means we met once.
Yeah.
possibly
6 months ago.
Possibly 6 months ago. Yeah. But no, it was
you
great.
were one of 40 in the class,
right? Yeah, but, and we had folks from some of the other training programs around the area.
Oh yeah,
that showed up. Looking
You mean they need work?
Yeah, because apparently they can't find
I
it.
thought they were guaranteed jobs.
No.
There's
How's that work?
No guarantees.
Oh.
So no.
Apparently some of those programs result in maybe glorified internships.
They don't.
Yeah,
No.
if anything.
Get out of town.
I know.
It's crazy.
I don't understand.
How come we don't get all that fun media coverage?
But that was honestly the best compliment I got. It was bad from
dripping with sarcasm. I love it.
Can you just say convey in radio? /S. But like people were just coming up saying it's a lot nicer. We got room in this place.
Yeah.
From a photographer standpoint, it wasn't good to have that. That one photo at St. Andrews where it just looks like it
was a packed house.
Sea of
Exactly.
humanity. It looks like a bad techno concert.
Well, but I mean,
that's a good problem to have. I mean, so it was a packed house, yes, but it was a bigger room, so it looked like it was spread out. So you're not
Right.
going to get that same type of.
Oh, and we did.
Well, Anita said she
money
could tell
shot.
how packed it was just by your before the chaos photo and then my hey everybody thanks for coming
Oh, yeah.
photo. Just the difference between those two was crazy.
That photo that you took of the mass cast didn't
Yeah.
do it justice, I'm sure.
We missed the boat. We should have had everybody assemble and make a giant D and then take that picture. That would have been awesome. I'm just crickets. Put the crickets.
Yeah, why don't you talk about that during happy hour tomorrow?
Sold. So can I ask a question real quick?
No.
What's with this town? And people have to ride their bikes in places where they're not supposed to. Like they open up 96,
right?
And they don't let cars on for 2 hours. Then everybody decides
They
to get
invited them down, though.
Everyone needs to get their Schwinns
and their skateboards
and
rides their bikes
and scooters
and takes selfies. Like
you just answered your own question.
What did you? It was for selfie.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Excuse for a selfie.
Right.
In the rain.
That's what everybody. So for me, it's an excuse to have a beer, and for them, it's an excuse to have a selfie.
Right.
Son of a bitch. What?
So question answered, case closed.
Exactly. Fastest problem resolution ever on our show.
Quick, somebody write that down.
Right. We didn't know unless selfies. I'm like, oh, we're on the highway.
Yeah. Then yeah.
Wow. I'm never going to be able to do this again because I'm going to get clocked in the head by somebody going 90.
I'm going to start going on the bike path that they built for bikes
with your car,
with
my car, with the caddy,
and take selfies on the bike path of my caddy.
But that would only be cool if you don't obey the signs and the street lights.
I really want someone to explain it to me, though. No one's done a good job of it yet.
No.
And I don't get it.
We're not against riding bikes.
No.
Not at all. I have a bike. You have a bike. I love riding my bike.
Riding your bike, totally
fine.
understand.
Totally fine.
Charity,
all
in favor of.
We're all about charity.
Disobeying traffic laws in downtown Detroit.
Not so much.
Totally get it. All three at once, problem.
As long as it doesn't inconvenience me, that's what it's all about. See, that's what it boils
Well, no, because if you're in a car and you're running a red light, that's one thing.
Yeah, but see that
if you're on a Schwinn and you're running a red light, you might have to go.
Yeah, but see, and Bob, you can understand this. I mean, going to, being a student at Wayne State, I mean, there's certain times of the day where you actually can't run a red light in Midtown, right?
Yeah,
no,
you will get pulled over.
No, are you sure about that?
Anyway,
so it's a technology show.
You're right. So doubling back to after the pink slip party.
So actually, if you ride a bike, you treat a red light like a four-way stop. So if the traffic's clear,
no, they don't.
But if the traffic's clear, you can go. So legit, you don't have to stay for the whole red light.
They treat it like a funeral procession.
Yeah, they treat it like a funeral. Yeah, so
unless it's slow roll, and then there's like 4,000, and then it's just kind of like a big
kind of what we're
finger.
talking about. Yeah.
So then it's just a big thing like, hey, bikes have access to the roads. It's more of an advocacy thing than it is like we're following the rules. And that's the big thing, because someone died on slow roll in the past.
Did they really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. From somebody like...
From someone like me that was sitting through 7 green lights?
Because, I mean, they don't have... I mean, so when Tour Detroit was around this weekend, they pay a lot of money
for police
and to close the road.
We had Victoria on here.
And she is more of like, hey, we're not going to tell a bar, or maybe they do. I think they've learned.
They don't.
Ahead of time, like, we're coming.
No.
Kind of a bummer, because if I used to work at a bar, like that blows.
No, we had Victoria, and they pay 6 figures for
yeah,
like,
they pay a lot of money, and
slow
roll's kind of like, well, we do what we want, which I run Detroit Soup, so there's part of me that does it too. But
it's just the arrogant mentality.
They're the Cartman of bikers.
I do what I want. It's the critical mass. It's the critical mass rules that they use on not critical mass days. So critical mass is a nationwide movement, and I think them as a slower is trying to become critical mass, but they're just not there.
We got an Apple commercial, man. We're legit.
We're saving the world.
Apparently.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We're mainstream
That's what I know.
now.
That's what I know. I ride my bike. I got scars. Like, I've gotten in a few drunken bike accidents myself.
Well, like
so
we
I
said,
get
bike
it.
riding, totally understand.
Fine.
But yeah, when there's 4,000 people, it changes everything, right?
Well, mob mentality.
Apparently. Magic, poof dreams.
Tear gas, slow roll.
So what do we have on our list?
that'd be fun.
Tear gas, slow roll. The one thing I wanted to make sure we mentioned is, we just wrapped that one up. We do have our next event is set up for October 16th. We'll be at the Blackfin, back at kind of home base. For the past, 5-6 years. We'll be in the back room, 5 o'clock start time, just like always.
I won't be there.
Okay.
Can we repaint the walls?
Can we depaint the walls? What I think we need to do.
Yeah, can I bring in my power washer and just bring back the nice
bring back the
mahogany?
nice dark wood. And I don't understand that either. That just will never make sense.
Whatever.
So I guess in the big wide world of technology, there's another celebrity photo leak that got released.
Who got victimized this time?
All of them.
So it's again.
And the funny part is that it's a lot of the people who were saying, "Oh, well, those photos are all fake. There's no way that those photos are all fake."
Right.
Basically, all of those people had their real photos released.
Oh, fantastic!
And not just photos, but also movies.
Here's the tip to all the celebrities out there: don't take nude photos of yourself.
Here's the thing: I'm okay with people because it is what it is, and it is a crime.
Problem solved.
Dave's okay with celebrities taking nude photos. It's crazy.
Who saw that coming? It is. This is one of those instances where from a hacker versus cracker perspective, I mean, it is a crime what they're doing. But it's. I think they do need to be a lot more aware. Anybody who's doing stuff like that. I mean, it comes to your data of any kind. It's one of those things that maybe you should look at two-factor authentication. Maybe you should look at better passwords. Maybe you should look at.
Speaking of which, congratulations.
Maybe you should take a look at not taking pictures of your junk.
Dude, you can't judge what. That's like saying, she can't wear a short skirt because she's egging on.
What do they honestly think they're going to be?
They're not doing it for the world. Like, you take a photo. Steph takes a photo and sends it to you. That's for you, not the free world. That's what this is too, and I get that.
But again, in today's world and the understanding of technology. Everyone has a phone, iPhone, Android, whatever. Right. They know that it's in the cloud. They know it's on the internet. They know it's connected. It's not an isolated.
I'm not saying it's smart, and you have to do it with the knowledge that it's entirely possible.
I feel like it's private. It's their business. Who gives a shit? It's their business. If you want to take pictures, I don't want to see their perfect tits online. I'm just saying.
I do.
I like the Prince Fielder edition of
that
Prince
was outstanding.
instead of Kate Upton. I actually have that on my phone and look at it.
I did.
We had just like
it's
swipe
right?
past those, swipe.
If you want to take nude pictures, beaver shots, it's your business.
Right.
That's how I feel. And people are just putting more focus on it because they're celebrities. Who cares?
No, here's the thing,
because Judy puts up a random pic of her beaver, nobody's looking, nobody cares.
No, it's the South Park.
There's somebody
episode.
looking. I can guarantee you that.
No, it's the South Park episode where the one kid crapped his pants in school, and it was a big deal. And then what they wanted, the solution to it was make everyone crap their pants, so it was no big deal. So the moral of the story is every celebrity that does anything that's famous just post one selfie topless, and then no one cares anymore.
To nullify it,
and then it's gone. It's just numb to it. The one just came out like, it's big release, and I'm like,
it's like nothing can shock us anymore.
It's no big deal.
That's the bigger question is is it more that we're affected by the fact that we're nude? Are we shocked that they are naked?
Just to be clear, we are not nude right now. We're not.
Well, Kim Kardashian's nude, and we seen her ass on the promo.
That's why I was like,
so she's just gonna. I mean, it's.
I'm like, Kim Kardashian posts that on Instagram herself. Why is that news?
Yeah, right. I mean, we did see her.
I think it's more news that the fact that they're surprised that it's accessible.
Is it?
That's what's comical to me.
Or is it that are they just the thing that I thought was private like it was up on the cloud.
Well,
the access of the cloud, is that the question that we're asking?
No, because
I think we're post-nude now, right? Like we're not affected by that.
No, not at all. We're totally not.
Right?
Absolutely.
But again, not here in the studio.
Question.
No.
No, because like as I was telling Bob earlier, like someone I feel almost bad for about it is Kaylee Cuoco. So Kaylee, so she, like, her photos, a lot of photos got released today.
And she didn't have Prince Fielder with her, right?
Right.
Yeah. No reason for you to look.
Right. And so she, like, people were blowing them at her on Twitter and that kind of stuff, and she shut down her Twitter account. That kind of sucks because tonight's the premiere of The Big Bang Theory, coming back for the new season, and they always have a whole live tweeting thing that they do, all the stars and that kind of stuff, and so now she's not going to be doing that. Kind of lets the fans down. I'm sure it's something that she wanted to be a part of, and now she's like, screw Twitter.
Is it screwing Twitter? Is it screwing the public? Is it screwing access to?
She wanted to stop the noise.
This is the thing. The question we've been asking forever about Facebook and Twitter is like how much information is too much. Apparently, someone hacking your private account, stealing pictures, whether they be nude or like you on vacation, or like opening up your Christmas present, like. There's obviously lying. I think it's more of the hacking aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
Than it is about like. She shut down her Twitter. I think that's kind of a babyish response, in my opinion. Like, I think that's something that if you feel like you've said too much,
or her intern shut down,
or her intern, exactly. That's the thing. Like, who's writing her jokes?
Yeah, but I mean, the other side of that argument is that we have no comprehension of the onslaught of the avalanche of tweets coming our way.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? There's no way you can answer everyone. There's no way you can avoid it.
Jeff,
so it's one of those things where you just have to walk away from it.
Jeff, you do something semi-controversial on the internet these days, you'll have 4,200 people going, kill yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you take that literally, like, I mean, can you imagine?
I mean, it's the whole school bullying thing online. You know, kids are affected by this stuff now.
Absolutely.
That's what's so sad.
That's such an easy thing. Like, I was on a Lions message forum today, and the first thing, we would talk trash about the Bears. First thing the guy says, kill yourself, dude. Like, first thing, like, we're talking about football. It's just, like, what do you, like, I can't imagine the stuff that Kaylee Cuoco had to go through on her Twitter feed.
Yeah, like you're an ugly fat bitch or something like that. Like, all of a sudden you're like,
I thought you were talking about me. I'm like, what the hell did I do?
I haven't met you yet.
By the time I isolate that segment, she will be talking about you, I assure you.
Exactly.
I mean, just ask me some questions I can lead you on.
Right. But no, I mean, it is. I mean, and I think that's there's a whole double-edged sword of it. Like we were talking about this with Reddit a couple weeks ago. You know, when the first release all happened, where Reddit and 4chan and all these places that like were the original source of the leaks. So they shut down anything to do with the celebrity photo leaks, but yet they all also run stuff of, hey, I hacked my ex's phone, or I found this, this was on my ex's laptop, or this, and they're cool with those posts, but not if it has to do with a celebrity who's got a legal team who's coming after your ass.
High-priced lawyers.
Well, and that's, I mean, it's that whole, should there be two sets of rules?
No.
So, but here's the better question that's came out of the whole thing that I see. Is it rules? We don't follow rules as Americans anyway. It's like we always try to find a way to get out of it. Or find like a way. We have high-priced lawyers, so we can get out of a situation.
Right. Yep.
I was just reading something today about like
affluenza,
or like the VIP syndrome, which like shitty things happen to you because you are famous. So here's the thing. I mean, for me, I feel like your privacy got evoked. That's the biggest thing that's happening here. And I think that the second underlying thing is I think as Americans, we don't know what to be pissed off about anymore. So it's like, oh, my privacy got evoked. It wasn't like I was nude. You caught me and my husband in a moment. I mean, really, like, are you, those are like bigger questions that we're asking. And we're like, what are we really fighting for anymore? Like, nudity really isn't that big of a deal. We have HBO to go. We watch Game of Thrones. Like,
everyone
if you want to get out, come on now. Like,
no, she makes a good segue on people don't know what they want to be mad at anymore.
No,
the whole Yelp thing right now is actually blowing my mind. I don't know if we're done.
It's
with
so boring.
The celebrity. No,
this was a great story. So there's a little bistro out in California that basically it got so fed up with Yelp calling them and trying to do a sales pitch, where like they have a giant sign when you walk in that said, if you give us a 1-star review, you get 25% off your bill.
But here's the best
part. That has got to be the best marketing tactic I have ever heard in my life.
Jeff, the reviews are hilarious. Like,
it's fantastic.
I ordered a bean burrito, and they said they don't make them. Who the hell are they? It's a stupid Italian restaurant.
It's Boto Bistro. It's an Italian joint.
Right. So, like, every review is, like, bitching about the people.
It's awesome. I know. I've read some. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's hilarious. So, yeah.
I went to this place called the Breakfast Club in John R. in 13 Mile on Saturday morning.
Yeah, I saw your
best breakfast I've ever had in my life in any city, in any country.
How did you even find that place? That's another side story.
I went on Yelp. I swear, I typed breakfast in Yelp. But then I read the reviews as I was waiting, and people were bitching about the service, bitching about the decor. And I'm like, I just ate the greatest thing I ever ate in my life, and you're bitching about the decor. Like, screw you. I don't get the pictures on the wall. I go, it was creme brulee French toast. That was
You're going there for the food, not for the pictures on the wall.
Like 8 inches tall. The best thing, I was like, so stinking good. The guy probably made
the best 8 inches he's ever had in his mouth.
Stupid.
That's what she said.
But people on Yelp are destroying this place for the decor and the like.
And did you leave a good positive review?
I haven't reviewed it yet.
Oh, okay.
He was too busy taking a picture and posting it on Facebook.
He was. He's got a Shinola watch. He's taking pictures of food. He's going to be wearing a flannel shirt.
You blew off Frankenmuth Oktoberfest.
I will not be wearing a pocket.
No, those are like housewives from like 17 Mile and Van Dyke that are like, but I wanted like fake plants in here. I don't know. Like, when you hear about decor, you're like, you got to give me a break.
You know what? I went to, you ever hear of Ziggy's Cheesesteaks? It's on 14 in Southfield.
No,
and
but now I want to go.
It's a guy from Philly that makes a perfect cheesesteak. It's
that
like Gino's in Philly. And I read the Yelp reviews, and these clowns are bitching that it looks too corporate inside. Like, you want it to look like, it's got to look like Slows for you to be happy anymore. You know? And it's like, we were talking, like, we live in the burbs, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but if you put Green Dot Stables on Hall Road, it would be like the white trash bar in Mount Clemens.
I was born in Mount Clemens, and I grew up in Sterling Heights, and the people who opened up Green Dots are my best friends, and I love to eat there. So,
but if Green Dot opened up on 16 Mile, it would go out of business, no one would go.
It's not Applebee's.
It would be
exactly.
Right. It would be the Bill.
Gator Jake's is the place you hang out in Sterling Heights.
Yeah.
No, but that would be the Bill Russ in Mount Clemens on Gratiot if you open in the burbs. So
I mean, I can shit talk the suburbs all day. I grew up there.
I'm there too.
We all did.
So, hey, we're coming up against a break. We got a packed studio, like I said. We have All Things Detroit, Detroit Soup, Bamboo's in the house, and we have a special announcement. This is the IT in the D Show.
We'll be right back.
IT in the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
Like I said, and we're back, segment 2, episode 59 of the IT in the D Show. We are here sitting here in the Raw Radio X studios in beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan, the Russell Industrial Center. As always, this show is hosted to you by Mr. Monday Night, Bob the Sales Guy, Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. We had an awesome first segment, and we have a packed studio. We have Amy here from Detroit Soup, and
you can't keep forgetting my name, like really.
Jennifer from All Things Detroit.
Hey,
we got Dave here from Bamboo taking pictures, and we got a special announcement segment 4 that you guys should definitely hang out for. But yeah, we had a fun first segment. This is a good good show.
Yeah.
When the studio's packed, we always have a.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
What are you, Canadian now? Sorry.
No, when the studio's packed, everybody's having a good time. Talks over.
Of course,
it's good though. It's fun. I like it. So what are we diving into? Detroit Soup?
Sure. Soup.
And you brought no soup?
No.
What kind of garbage is this?
We didn't give her $5.
Oh.
We didn't make the short list.
It's only $5.
Right. So Detroit Soup, and it's you guys are getting a lot of attention and a lot of press lately, and it's kind of a cool little thing where so it's essentially microfunding through networking. Where, and correct me if I'm wrong, everyone shows up at your events and they're monthly.
Keep going.
Okay. And,
you're not wrong yet.
And, exactly.
It gets complex because, like, something happened this year that
And then Wacky Mayhem and Soup.
Yeah.
So then everybody shows up, pays $5 at the door, gets a bowl of soup. People give pitches.
Shark Tank means potluck.
Best pitch gets all the money from the pot.
You got it.
The Wacky Mayhem was somebody brought non-vegan soup and everybody was in uproar.
Well, that would have been 2 years ago.
How dare they?
Not anymore. That was not the case any longer.
Okay, so it's still just vegan soup.
No, I mean it's anything you want now. Potluck. Potluck.
I'm just being funny.
My favorite thing is when like people bring
unluck.
like their if that's what you want. Oh, I didn't mean to get too sassy. So sassy.
So okay. So I mean, is that it in a nutshell? Like, what's
you
the
nailed
scoop?
it? I mean, it's the scoop. Basically, yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. So we pick. So in 2010, we started above the Mexican Town Bakery, had it monthly. Just some art kids hanging out, asking people to like pitch their ideas, and then 6 months later, we're in the New York Times. Honestly, you think that's a cool thing, but like I wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy because what should organically take a year to grow, you have to figure out in months.
Yep.
And so you make really hasty decisions. And then we're starting to figure it out. So now February will be our 5-year anniversary, which is really super exciting because we got some big plans in the undertaking. But yeah, so the Citywide Soup happens monthly. And then last year, the Knight Foundation said, hey, I'm going to give you some money. Try to plant 3...
Wait, like the Knight Foundation for Law and Justice? Like Knight Rider?
Michael Knight?
I wish. God, that would be awesome. Hold on, I got a David Hasselhoff thing going on in my mind. Give me a second.
Looking for freedom.
I need a Trans Am.
Amy, let me ask you this: Who, when you say companies pitch, is it existing businesses?
Yes.
Like we have Hatchie Trading, right? And there's like sometimes
So Hatch is super distinctive. So you have a business plan, you have a 5-year model, you have a neighborhood that you've
some
chosen.
are brick and mortar and some are pipe dream.
Yep.
You know.
So Soup is. We have 2 rules for Soup. I'm a very free. I would hope to be a free thinker. I don't like rules because I don't think like we talked about earlier. I don't think we follow them. Rules. So I have 2 rules at Soup. One of them is your project has to. If you're going to
pitch, the first rule of Soup Club is you do not talk about Soup Club. No.
The second rule of Soup is it has to be about the 138 square miles of the city plus Highland Park and Hamtramck. And the third rule of city is you cannot use technology. So sorry, IT and the D.
Why is she on the show?
Get out.
Get out. Mute the microphone right now. And our next segment.
I'm just proud that I channeled Starship Troopers. 2 rules. Everyone fights, no one quits. I don't know why that came from us.
I only have 2, and the fourth rule is always talk about snogs.
Can you continue with that voice, by the way?
Yes, I can.
Bring her out to wrestling. Why no quit?
Wait, whoa. Don't say just bring me to wrestling. I already go.
October 4th.
Okay.
Why no tech?
Technology is a resource.
Who booked her?
I think because we have like
me.
Between Facebook and Twitter, we have like 10,000 followers. So like, which means like I just like jerked off to myself, right? Like, come on. Like it means.
That's the slow clap for you playing at home, right?
Oh, I slow clap myself.
Wait, she's getting up and leaving. Wait, hold on.
She slow clapped herself? What?
I don't know. It's so weird. Like, I love how you start getting like really shitty emails. Like, you've got so many followers. Like, let me help you get you #1 on Google. I was like, hey, man, Google Detroit Soup. It comes up first. I don't know.
I don't really need your help.
When you actually you Google the name, it'll come up first.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Get your free bowl. Get a free hat with that?
No.
Maybe. But wait. Oh, why no technology? Yeah. That's a great question. The whole thing was that when we first started, we had $0. We did not have access to a projector. And let's talk about this for a second. There are Macs. There are PCs. There is PowerPoint. There are 444 different versions of PowerPoint, and you are not going to send me your PowerPoint until probably 5:56 on the Sunday that you pitch. I have no desire.
So you can't use technology during the pitches.
Correct.
So the business can be a tech business.
It could be anything.
Oh, okay.
You guys already started putting rules. I said I only have 2 rules. No technology, as is in the
that's different.
You guys were starting making jokes, and you got offended, you got a little nervous. Okay, so no technology in your presentation.
I have a saw. Well, you buy a hat like this, I bet you get a free bowl of soup, huh?
No, I'm sure by the end of the statement you might even press no soup for you. I bet that's
So what if you had a technology company that assisted you in your technology issues?
Great.
Right.
Or a technology company that helped you with your PowerPoint presentation.
Here's how simple, but here's a really messed up part about the no technology thing. For the citywide soup, you can only submit through online. So I get how weird that is. The irony is
so
dripping.
Alanis Morissette says what?
I hate ironing. I hate ironing.
That's right. Iron Man, superhero. Iron Woman, command. I don't know how to
If you can keep with the soup, I mean, it's all I have is spoons, and all you need is a fork, right? Like,
I just killed Bye.
I hate you so much.
So, I mean, the reason why, so now we're in 9 neighborhoods throughout the city. We're in Brightmoor.
Yeah, I heard you guys were expanding.
Yeah, it's amazing. And so I have 80 volunteers that help, lead the soup dinners. I have 9 distinct women, specifically, board leaders that run the dinners in their respective communities.
Hang on, Amy. We have job fairs. We've helped over 1,000 people get jobs, and we have to pull teeth to get 2 people to volunteer to help with us.
Yeah.
So you got people knocking on your doors to help you out.
Lauren and Katie both approached us to volunteer and help out.
Yeah, 2 people.
Yeah, right.
That only took 5 years to do.
Right.
So here's the thing, gentlemen. When you have a dinner that feeds both...
Gentlemen, who walked in?
I guess your mom. Hey-oh. Sorry. So when you have a dinner, so I wrote this grant for the Knight Foundation, and basically a dare. I'll dare you to write a grant for a lot of money, and see if you can expand in the neighborhoods. And within a year, 9 different people came to us and said, we want to run this soup in our neighborhood, and we really want to make it work. And we find money to match grants at the door. So every neighborhood soup winner already is guaranteed $350.
Okay.
And then whatever is on top of it, it gets given to them. So it's like the Barack Obama model. The money isn't given to soup. The money is given to the winner.
You didn't build that Detroit soup.
Got to be careful with my uber conservative cohorts over here.
I'm sorry if the brown man offended you.
I like her.
That is awesome.
Not the first time that I've been told that. Hey-oh.
That's the best comeback I've heard yet.
Exactly. So how often are if it's not just the citywide ones, how often are these things going on around the city?
So each neighborhood has a quarterly dinner. It's a lot of work to make the dinner happen, and so we have one in Brightmoor, the Livernois corridor, so the Avenue of Fashion over by Ferndale, Highland Park and Hamtramck, North End, downtown, Central Communities, which is surrounded by Hope Village, so Focus Hope. And then Jefferson East.
Okay.
I hope I didn't leave anybody out. And
if you did, I'm sure you'll hear about it. That's how that works.
Maybe, yeah, right.
So, Amy, walk me through the process. You go through, you pitch, you get the money.
4 presenters get 4 minutes to share their idea, and then 4 questions from our diners. And then we have a meal, we vote. We've had a couple meet and get married. We've had people talk about they've gotten jobs, they've collaborated on future projects, anything.
But that's that's what.
Wait, did you say meet and get married?
Well, I need to be at that event.
Yeah, I remember it was one of the first soup dinners, and he goes, this is exactly it. The city was very different 5 years ago when we started this dinner, and this guy Anthony was like, I know I'm going to find my wife here because I know I'm going to find someone who loves the city like I do. And the next dinner she was there, and now they live in Japan, and
jeez,
it's awesome.
So
I mean, it's so
city,
cool.
So they both love the city so much.
Not only did they leave the city, they left the country.
They went to the furthest part of the world that they could get to away from Detroit.
You know, maybe I think he got a really baller job offer. So
we're just playing because we're all about the end then, right? So it's cool that you're doing these. Like, I want to know like what comes out of them. Like, you know,
absolutely.
What's the next step?
So in 2010. The empowerment plan. Veronica Scott makes coats that turn into sleeping bags for homeless and disaster.
We know
we talked to her.
Yeah, we talked to her. Yep.
So Veronica's a homie of mine. She now employs 25 people.
Crazy.
When she pitched at Soup, she said, I need $1,600. I just talked to her the other day. Her budget is now $850,000.
That's
like,
awesome.
That is fantastic.
There's another project called Rebel Now. They do the same thing.
That's the only story you need. That's like
right? I mean, like, I'm done. And thanks, Detroit. We did our job. I was a white savior. Hello.
She's the Dan Gilbert hipster. She was doing it before he showed up.
We really like her.
So Veronica's been super successful. A friend of mine, Amy Peterson, decided she loved the model and wanted to do something similar, and so she takes graffiti that's fallen off buildings, turns it into jewelry, and hires women from shelters as well, like cots.
Wait, how does graffiti fall off buildings?
So
the building actually falls apart.
Okay.
That and the paint falls off, after it's been on the building for like 10, 15 years.
Gotcha.
Wait, can we talk about that Gilbert thing where they got those girls arrested and now he's sanctioning people to paint on his buildings?
Well, yeah, today there was the big unveiling of the South American artist graffiti mural.
Absolutely.
When he just
There's
got
something about street artists and then
But 3 little white girls from the east side should not be painting on his building. Yeah.
Graffiti is bad unless I'm paying for it.
You know what? I'm such a fan of the graffiti that like bridges like 4 stories. It's like I feel like the Anchorman meme. Like, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
Well, yeah, right. You and I were driving around downtown for one of our events. And we're like, how are they even getting up there to do those? The letters are like 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm just impressed.
No, they're awesome.
I want to hire them to paint my house.
Like, if they were like a commercial painting, if I owned a commercial painting company, I'm like, can I hire you?
Exactly.
Yeah. Totally, you do. You do want to hire these people. These are people who like want to make a statement for whatever it is. And so, specifically in regards to this jewelry, like the paint after X amount of day, time falls off, and they have a process to, and so all these different layers of colors come out, so they look like kind of like oil slicks, but a lot more beautiful.
Okay.
And so they turn it into like necklaces and rings, cuffs. They turn it into like guitar knobs. You name it, what they want, they'll make it for you. But the best part about it is they went to COTS and said, "Yo, what's up?" And we want to like partner with you. And now they've hired 3 women, transition them out of homelessness, educate them about financial literacy. I mean, it's all the stuff that a lot of Republicans like bitch about. They should just know better. No, there is no knowing better. You never knew in the first place. And so for them, it's just more of like, hey, we're helping. We can duke it out. I'm okay with that. I grew up Republican and evangelical, so we can talk a long time.
I'm pretty sure she can take you back.
So, those are projects. Yeah. So there's food businesses, tech businesses, education, technology, art. You name it. We've had over 1,000 projects submitted to the website. What happens is if you submit your idea the week before the event, it all goes onto a Survey Monkey. What's your project? What are you going to do with the money? Every past winner, every board member votes then on what project. So over 70 people vote on what project is then going to pitch at the citywide soup. All Democratic. There's things that I'm passionate about. People always go, "What are you interested in?" I'm always going to talk about women's issues. That's something I'm passionate about. I want to empower women. I want to give them freedom.
No, it's great.
So that's just who I am. So I always choose something like that. I love art projects. I love literacy projects, because those are the real issues that we deal with. Like, Detroit will change when education changes, because crime will decrease because we have education.
I've been saying that for years. It's all about the schools.
It is, and I I wish our schools had social innovation the way that we are doing it around businesses, and the way that even Dan Gilbert, yes, we can bitch about street art, but let's just take a minute and say, isn't that kind of amazing that street art's coming into downtown, that I'm in a traffic jam, and then prior to the street closure.
It's always been downtown.
Yeah.
It's just getting paid for by a guy in a boardroom.
Yeah, now it's clear.
But now we're getting getting world.
Yeah, now it's corporate funded.
Oh, excuse me. We're getting world artists coming in. I don't know. I
think the graffiti's gonna have a little trademark and register symbol at the corner of it now.
Right? Yeah, you gotta take a photo of it. You gotta pay Gilbert $1.
Exactly.
It's like actually, it's like Silicon Valley. The guy's been painting on street corners for 20 years. Now the guy's paying him $10,000 to paint on a garage door.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah. I mean, you gotta hand it to him. The guy's a genius. He's actually getting paid for somebody to deface a property.
But is it? But the bigger question is it defacing? It depends on what you see it as. Like,
figuratively,
adding to the community and the culture.
It's graffiti. I'm sorry. It is.
I'm a hip hop head, so for me, like, I see it as like.
But whether it's
it depends on what it is. Scott Hawking has a great book called Bad Graffiti, and it's really bad graffiti.
But I can tell you right now, you know what follows hipsters is families, and families don't want to live in areas that have.
Depends. I don't know. Millennials, I think, right now maybe want street art. Maybe they want that. I mean, I'm excited for the day that, like, kids or people who are now moving downtown don't sell their apartment and they put their kids into the same schools and not just, you know what I'm saying? Like, not, but they're not moving up to Berkeley. They're not moving up to Royal Oak. They're not going, into Canton. They're staying in Detroit.
Yeah.
And they're allowing their kids to be a part of the system, whatever that is. And I mean, there are some really amazing private schools in Detroit.
I send my wife an email a week saying we're moving to the city, and the last one was a house in Boston Edison. It's like some 5,000 square foot mansion that's like,
sure.
And she's like, where the hell are the kids going to school? And I said, here's a list of the schools. I don't know.
I just found the house. You figure that
single,
stuff out.
I don't know. I have a twin sister. Her girl's gonna go to Berkeley schools because it's better school system. I don't know. Their neighborhoods are just full of kids, and that's slowly changing though.
Dave's gonna chime in.
I feel obligated to talk about this every time I come on the show about my intention to send my kids to Detroit schools.
Yeah.
My wife and I talk about this all the time, and I'm excited to do it.
Absolutely.
But
we're not there yet.
Exactly.
I mean, we can go to eat at Slows. I mean, Phil Coolidge.
Yeah, for those playing at home,
let's get our kids together and let's send them.
Oh, I'm not having kids, but I'm glad that other.
Well, okay, so we've got the shiny, happy, everybody loves each other side of it. I mean, like,
totally.
Have you hit a downside with soup? I mean,
no.
You haven't had.
No,
the guy that brought non-vegan soup. Sorry.
No, I mean, there's a weird thing. Like, we used ballots differently last month, and we cut them into little things. So you pick it out of a cup and you drop it in another cup. That did not work. But I'm an artist by ethos. So for me, failure is beauty, right? Like, failure isn't failure because I still have hope. I still have endurance.
Well, the first one you get to call a learning experience. It's only a mistake if you do it twice.
I should have gotten art because in sales, if I fail, I get fired. I should have gotten art.
Yeah, but I mean, like, sales is black and white. Like, I sold something, or B, I didn't. But I mean, but also, like, maybe you didn't sell it. I mean, maybe your boss is like an ass. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's awesome. I bet he's awesome. But I think there's some people who think like sales is like you should sell something the first time. Like, I'm someone who believes in like building relationships with people.
I work for like a Fortune 50 multi-billion-dollar.
I'm poor, so I don't know it. But for me, I feel like, look, you create a safe space for people to come in and talk about a lot more that they're similar than they are different. I'm a theologian by education, so I'm super fascinated about bringing people together and talking about how do you make the city better and have direct action behind it, instead of a town hall meeting where you're bitching at like the city council member. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong.
And there's no to-do.
No, Dave's favorite line is if you've thought about enough to bitch about it, you've thought enough. You've thought enough.
Do something. If you've thought about it long enough to know that it's broken, you've thought about at least 2 other ways that it could be better. Don't come to me with answers, not problems. Don't bitch.
Yeah, let me tell you, I have seen, experienced, engaged with some really beautiful answers that some of them are very simple. I would just want to paint a side of a building so like maybe blight will be reduced by a little bit. Some of it's about like empowering women. Yeah. Some of it's
the solution is to commit crime.
Some of it's about like I want to start a restaurant. I want to start a small business. I want to create an LED light bulb that like takes it's like $5 to make rather than like the government subsidizes $75. It's just fascinating. I've met amazing people in this city who are just thinking thoughtfully, thinking critically, thinking pretty awesomely about what they want to see in the city, and I get to be the megaphone about these projects. Like our 5-year anniversary.
A megaphone? Get out of town.
Come on. So what's really baller is our 5-year anniversary is going to be at Ford Field, and they like totally just gave us the green light on this. Like,
really?
And they're going to let us.
Well, it's February, and the Lions won't be using it, so.
Where's that bell?
There was some hope in their voices when we talked about the date.
Us suburban capitalist pigs allowed at Detroit Soup?
Please, it's a gateway back into the city. I mean, like 3 years ago, we were in the Jam Handy building, which used to be this mecca of film production on East Grand Boulder. Like, look, you don't have to be 18 to come to the dinner. You don't have to have a Detroit zip code to come to the dinner.
Can I cook?
Please, that's how we eat. If you don't cook, then we're...
No,
I mean, in general,
that's what I do. You don't get like this by not cooking.
You don't get like this by not eating.
I like you.
All right, so
on that note...
So when is the next event?
For sure, it's going to be in November. We'll probably do one in October. There's a few more coming up. DetroitSoup.com has all of our dates. We also have an iPhone and an Android app, which not only maps where the dinners are, it's also maps where the projects are being implemented in the community. So
is chili soup?
What?
Like
my chili's amazing.
Yeah, please bring chili.
Soup?
Please bring chili. Please, please.
Sold.
But not from Chili's. Can we not do that?
No. Bob's
now you've offended him.
Yeah.
That's good. Bob's no.
Again,
Bob's
you live in the suburbs. I get it. Chili's is like...
No, I make a German...
Kidding. Hey.
German beard chili. Blow your mind.
No, I'm already sold. Like, trust me.
Yeah.
I don't ever... I think I've eaten it... So, almost 5 years, I've eaten that soup maybe 4 times. It's because, like, there's...
You're running around.
You're running around. You're talking
you have
with
no
people,
time.
you know, so...
It's like us at our events.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, people ask me, like, what's your favorite soup? I'm like, Domino's Pizza that delivers.
Right. Yeah, after we're done.
Yeah, after your event.
Which has been awesome because I have a great group of volunteers that help me out. And, I mean... It's magical. It's just it's super simple. Nothing
no
about...
pun intended.
I'll pick simple.
Yeah. Super simple.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, super. I thought soup or simple.
God.
No.
Last time I went...
You know what? You can actually have that. You can actually have that one.
What? Last night my wife offered me super sex. I took the soup.
Bummer, man. But I don't know your wife. I don't know.
We all make choices.
Right. Where do we find John Amy?
DetroitSoup.com. You can go on Twitter, Detroit Soup. Facebook is facebook.com/
Detroit Soup.
Detroit Soup. # Detroit Soup. Instagram. / I bet you. Let me guess. Detroit Soup. We've been really lucky. I mean, it's been a dinner that's been able to raise over $80,000 from Detroiters back to Detroiters.
That's awesome.
That is very cool.
That's awesome.
Very happy you came on the air.
No, thank you so much for having me.
Well, you're not going anywhere because I'm sure we'll double back with you. So
this is, we're coming up on a break. We got Jennifer coming back from All Things Detroit. This is the IT in the D Show.
We'll be right back.
IT in the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
Yo, Chuck, these honey drippers are still front on us. Show them that we can do this, because we always do this.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
No, the fans are...
Go. All right, we're back. Segment 3. Episode 59, the IT in the D Show. We're sitting in the RawRadioX.com studios in the Russell Industrial, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. Bob the sales guy, Dave the Geek, Jeff the voice of reason.
Hello.
Back studio. Awesome discussion with Detroit Soup. We're ITInTheD.com.
No soup for you.
Facebook and Twitter.
IT in the D.
IT in the D.
We are IT in the D, and you are not.
Right.
You wish you were.
You wish you were.
You're... But, and going on with our...
this is not the experience you're looking for.
Son of a bitch.
All right, so let's dive in. Our next guest that we've got here, we've got Jennifer Crawford in here, who runs Ask Jennifer, which is a branding promotions company. And the big thing that you've got coming up is called All Things Detroit.
Yes.
And I caught your last event on
Fox 2.
On Fox 2. And it seems like you're doing a lot of cool stuff with stuff down in the area and a lot of. So, I mean, tell us a little bit about what All Things Detroit is.
All Things Detroit is all about promoting entrepreneurship in Detroit. It's so many amazing business owners here, so we just want to highlight them and give them. I promote and advertise each local business owner on anything I can do to bring attention to their brand. So I think it's a really cool thing to do.
So, and you're down, it's in Eastern Market. It's the next event is on October 26th. So, like, what, I saw live product demonstrations and all that. Like, what should people expect if they come to an All Things Detroit event?
This event is like an indoor festival. You can come, you can have a cocktail, you can shop, you can dance. You can dance, you can network. It's just everything all under one roof. If you want to meet a business contact, you can do that. If you just want to hang out and have a good time, you can do that. It's everything under one roof. Whatever you want to do, you can do it there. We have great giveaways. You know, people like to come out for free stuff. So we give away all things
people
Detroit
love
free
swag.
stuff.
Yeah.
That they do. And
it's $5 at the door.
It's $5 at the door, but guess what? You can get a 2-for-1 on Groupon.
You were telling me about that earlier.
Logo.
Yes, it is, and we've already sold over 230 Groupons within 1 week. So everybody is excited about All Things Detroit. Detroit T-shirts, everything.
Please. Because he mocked me for weeks when I used that term.
I did it on purpose. No, 230 Groupons is a big deal.
It is.
Yeah, just in 1 week. Just in 1 week, we sold 230 Groupons.
So, I mean, that'll be roughly 460 people that are showing up.
Exactly, because it's 2 people per Groupon.
No, very cool. Yeah. So, like, what sort of, like I said, what kind of vendors come to this? What kind of companies come to this? How did the last one go?
The last one was awesome. We had over 400 people that came out to enjoy it. It was at Burt's in Eastern Market.
Okay.
And now that was a 14,000.
Of course you do. It was the home of the Dirty Show forever.
Spent many of
I am a fan of the Dirty Show.
It's fun. It's a good time.
It definitely is. I like to
defines people watching. That's for sure.
Myself. But now we need a bigger space because we have like over 60 business owners that want to be involved. So you can come. You can get Detroit apparel. You can buy pants. You can buy
Jeremiah.
You can buy pants. You can buy hair. You can buy anything that you want. You don't
buy
have to
hair.
go.
You can buy hair.
You can buy hair.
Whose hair?
Saying.
Who's
There are 3 white men sitting around you.
I'm sure. I'm gonna say, Amy. You know what? There's white men know about buying hair, and so do white women. Boom, boom. Okay. Everybody knows about buying hair.
Bob might need to buy a hair hookup. Have you seen the back of Bob's head lately?
I need a yarmulke shape.
Exactly.
Have you seen Dave's hair?
Yeah, can I buy some hair, please?
Dave, you can definitely buy hair. We got something for you, okay? You don't need to go.
It's called AfroTurf.
You can get whatever you need at this event, but for the most part, it's just a lot of fun. I mean, you can come and people just say they meet so many amazing, great people and stuff like that. We try to promote positive things in Detroit, not just kids getting run over and stuff like that. It's just like all types of things.
Kids getting run over? What?
Who promotes that?
What kind of event?
I'm just saying, people just think that when you say Detroit, I used to live in Florida, and when I say, I live in Detroit, people are like, oh my God, I'm scared of you. I'd be like, well, good.
Right, that's how it should be.
Right, but I'm saying
there used to be a way of people keeping people out.
There's good things that are going on, and All Things Detroit is one of them. It's good things.
So, Detroit.
Are we doing a remote podcast from there?
Oh,
we could.
That you would.
See, that would be an excuse to get the remote unit.
Yeah. We should talk about that.
It's a Sunday. Why not?
Yeah. I'm in.
Huh? Do it.
Yeah, do it.
Wait, Eastern Market, is there a Lions game that weekend? It's a Sunday.
No, it's
Does it
not
matter?
a Lions game.
That would actually be even better.
It's not a Lions game that weekend, but
live from the Booty Lounge.
wow, not the booty.
The IT and the Double D show.
I used to have a couple of triple D's myself. That's another story. That's a whole other show and another story.
Why should we make it another show?
On another network, perhaps.
Welcome to segment 5 of the IT and the D After Dark.
Yeah, hold that. Yeah, hold those thoughts.
Hold that for about 47 minutes. We'll be So I mean, again, like I just want to make sure people, the folks, because we do. I mean, we have our demographic is diverse to say the least. So like folks that our folks that are listening out there, like our geek contingent, our the folks that are at home just listening to this contingent. Why do they want to come downtown to go to Eastern Market to go to this event?
You want to come downtown to go to the Eastern Market because we are very diverse, and it's a positive event because we have a variety of different things for different people. It's not just an all urban event or whatever. It's just everything that you can think of, you can get it right there, and that's what a good time is. It's very diverse,
and it's all locally sourced, local companies.
Just all locally sourced, all items made here in Detroit. We'll have food, we'll have drinks. I can say that enough. And we'll have a lot of entertainment, live demonstrations. You can dance, you can party, you can shop, and everything all right there under one roof.
I want a podcast from there. That sounds fun.
I know, right? You should.
It's a Sunday. I don't see why not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll grab the entire Sunday crew and we'll all broadcast.
Is Greedy Greg going to be there?
Oh, Lord. Really? You're going to go back there?
We can arrange that.
I had to wake you up, Patrick.
Well, he's over there programming. I don't know.
So it's $5. It's October 26th. It starts when does it start? When does it end?
It starts at 3 p.m. and we go till about 9 p.m. So it's a kind of an after church or whatever event on a Sunday afternoon.
After church?
Who goes to church?
You'd be surprised. I have a lot of people come to me, well, it's after church. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, come down.
Well, how convenient.
Perfect.
Great time. Come after church then.
Yeah, whatever works for you.
So what is Ask Jennifer then in relation to all things
Ask
Detroit?
Jennifer is actually something I started in my apartment. I was actually getting married, and I was looking to make some extra money, so I started selling sex toys. And I'm just like, right. I call the event Pamper, Pick, and Purchase.
Nikki Nova, are you listening? Because here's your career path right here.
And, I just kind of wanted to expand on it. And I had a lot of people just asking me, like, how can they be involved with it? And, I started doing it at Nikki's Lounge in downtown in Greektown. And I was like, you know what? Let me expand on this. Let me get more... Let me get more businesses involved, and a lot of people wanted to be involved with it and stuff like that. So it just kind of grew from there. So it started from a one-bedroom apartment all the way to Eastern Market.
So you know the guy that owns Nikki's Lounge owns this building?
That I do.
Okay, just checking.
Sure. I'm up on it.
Well, and I guess I'm going to keep just pulling details out of you like pulling teeth. So what is it that you started? I mean, like, what is Ask Jennifer?
What Ask Jennifer is, what I do is I take these small businesses who don't really know, how to actually get started, and I actually promote them for a little of no cost to build their brand and actually expand to a bigger crowd than they would do on their own. So I promote and advertise each business on social media sites, Fox 2, any outlet I can to help them build and just expand to something that they can't just do on their own by themselves.
Okay, so sort of like a one-person media co-op at that point.
That is exactly what I do.
Okay, so and then how do people find out more about that and those services that you offer, and how do people find out more about all things Detroit?
You can go to AskJennifer.com, and you can basically ask me anything. Anything you want to know, I got you. Jennifer with a Y, not an I.
Yeah, as I say, it is Jenny.
Jennyfer. I know. I'm saying unique, right? It's
my name is Bob, B-A-H-B. Bob.
No, it's Jennifer. Bob.
I'm changing my name.
It's Jennifer.
It's Jennifer.
It's like Jeffrey is Geoff.
That's right, Joffrey.
Yeah, Joffrey.
Right.
Geoff. Yeah.
So, but just, I guess, getting back to this all things Detroit thing, because I want to make sure we get all the details out there. I mean, like, again, like, so that the last event that you had, I mean, like, what sort of vendors did you have there? Like, what was the clientele that showed up?
The last event that we had was June 29th, and we had anywhere from the ages of 25 to 60. And it was, like I said, it was at Burtson Eastern Market, and we had, Detroit clothing. We had people who did hair removal. We had entertainment. We had people who were dancing. I mean, we had local bands. It was just a lot of variety of different things, like a party. We shopped, we partied, and we drank. That's just exactly what it was.
Okay. So it runs from 3 to 9, $5. Cheap cover charge to get into a party.
That it is. And you'll get a fancy I Love All Things Detroit bag or souvenir or water bottle or whatever it is that we're going to be giving away at that time. We give it to the first 200 guests.
Okay. So what about how are the businesses that are there in the area in Eastern Market? Do they get engaged in this? Or are they...
Some of the businesses actually do. They actually either set up tables or we do some... They contact me and ask me how they can get involved, and we kind of promote, and some of the vendors actually go over to their location and come back to our event and stuff like that.
So who's DJing? I want to know.
Oh, we have a DJ that we use, DJ Kelly. And she is awesome. She's been doing these events. This is my 12th event, actually, and she's been DJing from day one, from beginning to end. She's awesome.
You should get a B2B with DJ Glockenspiel.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all ready to get down on it? I want to see you get down on it. I'm looking at you. I'm ready for you to get it together.
We're totally going to isolate that one.
I just did my last Oktoberfest this last weekend. I'm down to play some German music, so just you let me know. And I'm sure the crowd would love it. I'm just kidding. They won't even know what the hell I'm doing.
We love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if we're going to show up into a live broadcast, might as well.
Yeah.
Jägermeister, yeah. Exactly. Just hook it up.
As long as it's not warm.
Right. So, how often do these happen then?
I do every other month. Every other month we have these events, and we have Detroit Pop Shop. There's a local business owner that they do Boost popsicles. We have Detroit Beer Collective. They teach guys how to maintain their beard, and they have these T-shirts. I mean, it's just a variety of different things, and they're all different.
Oh, beard.
Like beer.
Oh, I thought you said beer, and I'm like, beer, I'm in.
But no, Detroit Beer Collective. There's just a variety of different people that participate.
You have to have a pocket square and a silk scarf to be in that club.
Right. Or Ross.
Is the Beard Collective, is that a non-profit? Or what? How does
No, he's not non-profit. I don't think he's non-profit.
So he's making money off this?
Making money off of other people's beards, yes.
Wouldn't be the first one.
Right.
But that means there's thrift shops. There's places you can get pants for my boy over here who's looking for pants. And just anything else.
You're going to be known for that now, by the way. I'm sorry.
This guy is really serious about his pants, and I just want to make sure that he gets them in the D. When you get your pants, you're going to get them in the D. I'm going to make sure of that.
The latest European thing is bright red men's pants. Bright red. I'm in Vegas at a global conference. I must have saw 400 pairs of bright red pants.
That's not just European. There's some Detroit beautiful men walking around in those red pants.
Like tight or baggy?
No, tight. I saw a guy in lime
Lovely.
green.
Keep going.
I saw a guy in lime.
She's
going to have a moment here. Hold on.
I did.
No, she wants you to slow down.
She did.
Is that like my buddy in lime green pants? I saw two James with the top hat and the silk scarf and their pockets.
No, not the
white
shoes.
Just stop. Just stop.
I hate that guy.
And the ascot.
No, it was ascot is cool. This was not an ascot.
It was like a 3-foot tall top hat, for the love of Christ.
It was like a circus performer.
So who should be coming down to the All Things Detroit event?
Everybody should be coming out to All Things Detroit. Amy will be there.
You should come down. You should come down.
Everything that I can to be there.
Yes, everybody will come down to All Things Detroit. I mean, we have families that come because we'll have things for kids. We'll have face painting, stuff like that also, too.
Okay.
And we just cater to a wide variety of people. So it's open.
All right, and that's so, and even the info about that is out at AskJenniferWithAY.com.
AskJenniferWithAY, yes, .com.
Jennifer.
Ask Jen.
Bob. Ask Bob.
.co.
Don't ask Bob. Actually, that should, don't ask Bob. That should be our website.
Yeah, exactly.
Things not to ask Bob. Bob, what should I do for my anniversary? Don't ask Bob.
Don't ask Bob. That'll just be the answer for every question.
It's like Ask Jeeves, but it just says don't ask.
Right. Yeah, don't ask Bob.
Pretend you forgot.
All right, so that's out at AskJenniferWithAY.com. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and burn our last break. We'll dive in with our fourth segment for our little fun and exciting information that they've been furiously banging away on their laps for the past hour.
Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck have been busy coding a website. I don't know what's going on.
This is the IT in the D.
We'll be right back.
IT in the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit. One beer at a time.
I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid. I got in a fight.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
So that's a good.
All right, hey, we're back.
Hey, we're back.
Segment 4.
Hello.
Episode 59, the IT and the D Show. We're sitting in the Raw Radio X Studios. Beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. We're in the Russell Industrial Center. This is Bob the Sales Guy here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. Had a fun conversation with Jenny Fur with a Y and
Fur.
Amy with Detroit Soup. And as we promised, we have a special announcement that we are doing a launch of a website. Care to elaborate, Dave? Wait, hold on. We're going to roll into this slowly.
Wait, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio tonight, we have Jeremiah, we have Patrick, we have Nick.
Hello.
And ITV is proud to release to the public the debut.
The best double Ds you will ever see on the internet. That's WorkSafe.
The best website about what's happening in and around Detroit.
Ladies and gentlemen, DailyDetroit.com being unveiled tonight on the IT and the D Show. We couldn't be more proud.
Thanks. Really, thank you.
And there you have it.
One last time.
Woo! Gotta have the Ric Flair. Woo!
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Styling and profiling.
And live!
So what's
the Chanel wearing?
Right. So what's the scoop? I mean, what is Daily Detroit? I mean, not that we don't know, but I feel like I have to ask that question.
Yeah, for those playing at home, go for it.
Well, I think as it's no secret that this project is an evolution of it's born out of HellYeahDetroit.com. We're moving on, and we decided that we needed a brand that represents a little bit more of what's important and a little bit more what's serious. Whereas Hell Yeah Detroit was more of a bloggy-based type of thing, Daily Detroit's going to be a more news-based type of thing. I'm going to let Jeremiah kind of chime in here because I know he's got stuff to say.
Yeah, I mean, basically it's pushing Detroit forward. The reality is that, all of us decided that we wanted to keep working together. And we decided to do that through this project. And really, there's not just 143 square miles of Detroit. There's an entire region that's looking for a next-generation news source that really is going to push the entire region forward, have good discussions, have a great layout. Let's avoid, racist trolley comments. Let's get, moving things forward and covering all the interesting things that we love to cover. I mean, the reality is that there's nothing more that this group of people likes to do than get out into places and talk to people and share stories. And that's really what it's all about, right?
Well, at the end of the day, you have more than just the city, that 143 square miles. You have guys like me in Auburn Hills that love the city, or is passionate about it, as much as the next guy. No. You have people from Mount Clemens that love the city. You have people from
people like me from Oxford that's even further out from Auburn Hills that love the city.
You have guys.
We're down here every week. We love the city. We're part of it as much as the people that live down here.
You have guys like Kid Rock from Romeo that call themselves from Detroit.
Exactly.
So Jeremiah,
he bought a house here.
You have a bigger for what, 100,000? You have a bigger responsibility.
It's still a house.
You have the bigger responsibility to the region than you know. Well, this isn't a rant. What is this?
But I appreciate the music regardless. I mean, this is epic.
Right.
It's absolutely epic.
What I'm saying is you have a responsibility to the region because there's guys like me in Auburn Hills that love the city as much as anybody else does.
Well, it's the we've talked about this a million times. It cannot be Detroit. Yes, there's T-shirts Detroit versus everybody, but guess what? Detroit can't be against their own suburbs.
Exactly.
Well, and the thing is that you guys are sort of a model of how I like to approach everything, right? It's make something that sucks less.
Right.
And we're aiming to make something that sucks less than everything else out there. It just comes down to that.
And there's a lot of things out there that suck.
Exactly.
I'm not saying it is true.
I think another thing we're trying to do is we're trying to talk about Detroit in a way that, you know, needs to get picked up by the region, that needs to get picked up by the state, that needs to get picked up by the country. I mean, we're looking to put things in perspective for everybody. We're not trying to be hyper local. You know, we're not Model D. We're not Metro Times.
Good.
We're trying to put things into the bigger picture and explain what's important and move beyond just you know, this is the little world we live in.
Yeah, I think provincialism is something that's kind of gotten a hold of this region.
What's that word?
That's when it's like, well, I am in Royal Oak, and therefore I
And
will never go.
Shinola isn't Detroit enough.
Right, Shinola isn't Detroit enough, and all this other crap that's complete and utter malarkey.
Well, I have friends that live in Grosse Pointe that will not get out of the bubble, and I yell at them all the time about getting out of the bubble. And you'll never see, you know, it's typically...
And we're going to give you hundreds of opportunities to get out of the bubble.
Well, I mean, this site is it's an evolution of what you guys have put together from a news organization. Like you're famous for putting that man on the street reporting. You're not just regurgitating a press release from a corporation.
Exactly. And that's the one thing I'm sick of is, you know, we used to send press releases out, then we'd see it printed from the author.
We create them.
In my words. It's like, wait a minute, you didn't write that, I did.
Right.
You don't even, you know, and that's the one thing I always appreciated with what you guys did was, you know, you actually did the work, which is, it's so sad that it's kind of like having the parade in Detroit for putting up streetlights.
Supposed to. Wow, hey, you know what? They cut the grass. Right. Guess what? You're supposed to cut the grass.
They actually did research and investigated a story and then wrote something coherent about it.
Well, and that's the thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Slow clap.
But you know, that's the thing, right? Like, as Detroiters and as a Detroit resident myself, I want to get Detroit to the point where we don't have to worry about... Ooh. No, I want to get to the point where we don't have to think about it. Detroit needs to move forward so much that people can just live here and it's okay. Like, you don't have to think if it's going to fall over in like 2 weeks.
Well, and you don't have to justify it.
Right. It's silly to have to justify it. You shouldn't have to justify anywhere you live. You shouldn't have to justify if you're in Auburn Hills or Sterling Heights or Ferndale or Detroit.
I honestly think that day is coming pretty quick that you don't need to justify it anymore. I think
I haven't been asked about if I have a gun in my house in the last 2 years. That's exciting. Or bars in my window. I know that's a silly question, but I was asked that almost all the time about, like, where I was living. Like, do you have a gun? Do you have bars in your window? Like...
Yeah, exactly.
Where do you live? Do you have that?
I was just at a family event in upstate New York, and we were visiting with family from Boston, D.C., Norfolk, all up and down the East Coast, and they were all talking about that Detroit homecoming event that happened last week, and all the news was positive. They're like, "Wow, what's going on in Detroit? That's just fantastic. You know, tell me more about that."
And I'm the guy that got robbed last night.
Well, that was Auburn Hills.
In Auburn Hills.
In Auburn Hills, yeah.
And that's the thing, though. The more we meet each other and talk to each other and cover stories and things, the more we'll understand each other.
But I think that barrier needs to be broken down, Jeremiah, because I'm tired of the people flaunting as if it's something big that they have a Detroit zip code.
Yeah, us
and you know what? We're all together in this, man. And people need to stop with that. I don't know what you call it, the mantra or whatever. Just we're all living wherever we're living because we're living there, and we're all together.
I think we've passed that point of critical mass.
Have we?
I think the narrative has already changed, and I really realized that just a few hours ago when one of the Bamboo members, Zoe, she's a professor from U of M, she recently moved downtown, and she was visiting her family back in Montreal. And when she said to her family, you know,
all right, well, Quebec. Let's be honest, people in Quebec, their opinions really don't count.
She just recently said to her family, you know, things are going great in Detroit. I love living downtown. I'm a member of a great co-working space. Shameless plug there.
Go for it, dude.
Feel free. And her family was.
It would be the first time we've just casually dropped Bamboo Detroit.
her family was excited about it, and they wanted to hear more. And her brother, wants to come here with a few of his friends. And
compared to
apparently,
Montreal, Detroit's like Manhattan.
I've heard great things about Montreal. I've never been, but I've heard great things about it. But he wants to come
Other than
down
the
here with
Canadians,
his friends. He's infatuated with Detroit. He got a Shinola watch for his birthday.
Better poutine.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
It's really
Poutine.
Poutine's good.
So, what is Daily Detroit going to, if I go to dailydetroit.com, what am I going to see? What am I going to read? What am I going to get? Why do I need to go there every day?
Well, basically, it's going to be your start page for a lot of things. If you're the kind of person who wants interesting stories about what's happening, and then we're giving you more than just, say, a blog would. We've actually partnered with GeoTraffic to bring hourly traffic updates as well as live traffic stuff. So every morning you can get there, click the button, and you'll get the traffic update.
So more than, say, car reviews written by somebody who works for the company that makes the cars.
Right, exactly.
Gotcha.
Right, exactly.
Do that.
We've already updated. We're near 25, 30 events already. That's just moving forward with that event calendar, because when we're out in the street, this is just a reflection of what we see when we're out in the street talking to people, what they're looking for. Constantly, it's what's the events going on? How can I be engaged in my community? How can I know what's going on? And basically, how can we become invaluable to what you're doing? Instead of just, it's nice to be there, we want to be in a situation where we can really, inform your day and make it so that you've got something that you can use and go forward, and include tips and tricks about getting better jobs and things that are happening out there, because you know what? That's how we're going to move forward as a region. We've got to do some things that, not every post is going to be happy, shiny. There's definitely some things in there that we've got to talk about.
There's a critical conversation that we need to be part of, and we've realized that, and it's part of our evolution as writers and editors of an online publication. We think it's the future, and people expect it from us. Frankly, that was proven with our last project.
Well, yeah, and when we took our hiatus after we left the last project, it was one of those things of the emails would come in, everything. When are you going to be doing this? And we all write on different outlets, We all are in different places. But it doesn't matter. It was it's basically when are you guys going to work together and get us what we're looking for?
Yeah, you struck a nerve. You're not sugarcoating anything. It's raw reporting. It's telling it like it is. And
it's raw reporting without being overly biased either. That's the other side.
Yeah, well, you don't have an agenda. Yeah. You're not answering.
Our agenda. This is the thing I like to say. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. My party is Detroit. And whatever's best for Detroit is what we're going to advocate for. Because these ideas of these solutions that are prescribed on left, right, or center, wherever the hell you are, that isn't really practical. It's like the difference between being a mayor and being a governor and being a president, right? Mayors don't always make good governors or good presidents, because mayors are about on the ground, what's actually happening here. We've got to solve problems. We've got to work together to do that and bring people together to do that.
Are we witnessing the birth of a political campaign?
Cheer for mayor.
Well, he brought in a little something.
Cheer for mayor.
Cheer for mayor.
Mayor Joe.
Quick, Bob, pull up the GoDaddy app.
I don't know. I've been on a podcast with Jennifer, so I don't know. But that gives you an idea of what's going on. Some of our launch stories are stuff that, it's a mix of new stuff we've got, like Tour Detroit was out there. They've raised a metric buttload of money for all the things that they've been doing. Of course, I can't help but talk about, the voice you hear, Dave Anderson. We've been working together at Bamboo for a while, and one of the things we think is important is the separation of church and state as far as advertising and things go. Right. So Dave's going to be Dave and their crew is going to be handling a lot of that stuff, because that's important. So it's if we have sponsored posts, which we're going to have, all those kind of things, that's going to be Mr. Anderson and what you're going to want to work with.
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Are you looking for an agent, Mr. Anderson?
Patrick here is an amazing feature writer. He's had his beak in Detroit for a while now, and so it's just great to continue to work with him.
Wait.
His beak. He talks about his beak.
beak?
My large proboscis.
And
what's a proboscis?
It's a nose, Bob.
Oh. I was going to tell Amy about you if it was.
And he's being very, very quiet over there, but we can't do any of this without
hunting rabbits.
Look at him. He looks like he only eats rabbit food. He's so skinny. Nick Hagan. He is an amazing photographer. People might not know this, but he's shot for some amazing publications, online publications. He also did a great fellowship in Lagos, Nigeria. I mean, the guy has the golden eye. So he's being very quiet over there.
You're that guy. Now it all comes together. Okay.
Well, chatting me up well. I appreciate that.
Anything for you.
It's gold IR.
Yeah, we just missed Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Yeah.
So that's your launch stories. I mean, so like what is Daily Detroit going to focus on moving forward? I mean, is it just Detroit? Is it the region? Is it
Well, it is the entire region. So we've got everything from about to post up in about an hour or so story around I-96, where they actually, I knew you guys were talking about it a little bit earlier. We have an entire photo gallery, and I was thinking about Bob the entire time while I was shooting those photos, which, let me tell you, when you have to think about Bob for an hour, that's a scary thought.
Can I ride my bike on I-96, or is that over now?
No, not anymore. It's over now.
You still can. You just might get hit by a car.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I rode my skateboard on I-96.
We saw the picture.
Jeremiah rode his bike. We were in the fray.
Why?
It's fun.
Because somebody had to do it.
Yeah, because they could.
Because we needed to. People needed to.
And they got to take selfies.
There needed to experience it.
It's all about the selfie. No,
and there was thousands of people out there. So that's something people cared about. So we did it.
So there were thousands of people out there. You were taking pictures for your publication. Were there other news outlets out there doing the same thing?
There was a couple.
Or did they have like the tall mast?
Free Press was out there. The Detroit News was out there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got the same. We got the thing is that
and us.
Yeah, and us.
Somebody sent a drone, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's always a drone, right? There's always a drone. Some other things coming up down the pike is this got broken ahead of time, but they'll be in the unveiling of, I think, like $25 million of new buses coming to DDOT, thanks to the federal government on Thursday.
You're supposed to.
You're welcome, by the way.
Yes, exactly. But I mean, it's one of those things of like, but those are things we're supposed to do, and it's important that we are accountable and that we share that out there, because you know what? That's a real problem in the city, right? A high percentage of non-hipsters have to ride the bus to work every day. They need to.
Hipsters ride bikes.
Yeah.
Non-hipsters ride the bus. Yes.
You know what I mean, though. People
you don't have to be a racist about it. I mean, come on.
Except in January when they get rides from their moms.
I used to live with a guy who rode his bike all winter long, and I gave him mad props because, dear God, I wasn't going to do it.
With chains on his tires?
I was going to say, how does that happen?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't.
Next thing you know, Detroit's going to have a parade because they have flushing toilets. It's like,
I'll take any parade because usually that comes with booze.
I hate parades.
Everyone loves a parade
you might not
except
like
for
that
Bob.
parade, but you like to drink, so come on now.
I hate parades at Disney. I hate all.
Well, this is Detroit. We're the farthest thing from Disney.
That's right. There won't be any princesses.
There is no small world.
There might be a few queens, but no princesses in the Detroit.
Thank God.
It's definitely not a small world
I want
after
to
all.
keep hanging out with those queens. Thank God for
I'm trying
that.
to think what else we could have a parade about. Like, we ate food today. Let's have a parade.
We're building a train.
Parade because everybody ate in Detroit because they weren't poor. I would have a parade over that, but we're not there yet.
Amen,
so
sister.
Until then,
that would be the world's
hot
biggest
Cheetos and Takis.
Detroit
Hot
soup.
Cheetos and Takis.
Yeah. What was that? Taco truck? What?
Remember, there's a song a couple years ago about hot Cheetos and Takis. Oh, no, you guys missed that internet.
No, I heard.
There's some table talk going on here.
Oh no, we were just debating what we were trying to pretend to be semi-smooth. I'm talking about what we were thinking about talking about next, and that didn't work.
Oh, okay.
I don't do smooth very well.
I didn't mean to call you out on that, but
it was funny though.
The floor
What
is
are we
yours.
talking about next? Why don't we just do it on the air?
Yeah, go for it.
So here's the thing. Here's the other thing that we're kind of proud of. One of our good graphic designer friends, Mishara Walker, did a wonderful job with our new emblem, which I'm proud to say one of the first times the public saw it, we literally got the comment, "I want that as a tattoo," which means exactly what we're looking for.
Keep in mind, it's an emblem, not a logo. It's an emblem.
It's a shield.
What's a
What's
shield?
the difference between an emblem and a logo?
It sounds better.
An emblem is what you'd find at Pony Ride. A shield's what you'd find at Bob's house.
Hold on, hold on. Emblem.
Jeremiah, you joke, but that's actually so accurate.
It is so, well, I work on a Pony Ride, so that makes so much sense to me.
No sense. Emblem is Chevrolet. Logo is Cadillac. Can I go there?
Ooh, interesting.
I think you went too.
Okay, you win it. Okay, I get that too. Thank you.
So what the thing was is that we decided to do something that, although we're pushing Detroit forward, it's important to realize that
you are.
We are. We. And you're part of that we, Bob.
Oh, yay!
Wait, Jeremiah prefers the active voice because it involves everybody?
A rising tide.
They mock me about these things all the time.
Pushing it forward.
It's sort of like when Bo says, "Hey, why don't we take out the trash, Bob?"
Hold on, is that your wife, Bob, on my text? I think that is. That's Bo.
Wait, WEE or OUI?
Exactly, not we, and not we. We
as in me.
Shit.
That's right. That means you're going to have to-dos coming out of this, Bob.
There will be to-dos, Bob.
Yeah.
So what we decided to do was something to harken back to the Detroit. We found this old online video. Something to harken back to the 250th anniversary of Detroit and the city flag. Now, people are using the city flag like crazy. Everybody uses the damn skyline. Everybody uses the spirit of Detroit. That's old. It's done. It's been played out. For us, we wanted to do something to harken back to the history of Detroit. And so for us, this is a shield inspired by the three countries that actually at one point or another actually had control of Detroit. We were founded by the French. For a while we were with the British, which is the lion, and then the stars represent the 13 colonies of the United States.
So,
it's a way that we can be grounded as we look forward.
Right. So in short, it's like the new old Miller Lite can.
So what you're saying is you're still being hipsters, is what I hear. Hipster? We keep throwing that word out like
hell yeah,
like goldfish crackers,
banned,
toddlers,
banned.
I think
I'm actually kind of speechless. I don't really.
That was wow. That was wow.
Well, let's be clear. I mean, it's a vast improvement over your first logo.
That was horrible.
Which was nothing.
I know.
Which looked for like he shoots us and he's like, "Hey, pick one." And I'm like, dude, it looks like three women in cat suits.
Was there a D? None of the above.
Yeah, I'm like, it's
the D stood for Dave saying none of the above.
Right. I said they all sucked.
And they did.
It's kind of like us with the IT and the D logo.
Right. No. Yes.
I think our new logo is something that it's not just a logo. It's actually like a thing that we made that actually looks cool, that could be reproduced.
It's tight.
That
I like
could
it.
be a sticker on your car that you could put on a poster on your wall.
Wow, you should probably trademark the hell out of it then before someone else comes along and tries to steal it from you.
They're gonna
it draws.
You better watch out for a certain company that starts with Q.
They're gonna come and get it.
It draws from a wellspring which nobody else has tapped, and that we found, and that it's a beautiful thing. We're really excited about it, and we're hoping to kind of expand on it and do a little bit more graphic art and kind of simplify it and break it down and use it kind of as we choose.
And that's the thing, is that looking at the forward but firmly rooted in the past, because here's the thing, people like to talk about Detroit being a blank canvas, and that's complete crap. The reality is that Detroit is not a blank canvas.
It's a really, really dirty canvas.
It is, yeah.
But it does have all
rough
the
edges.
But the reality is it has all the paint you'll ever need. So there's stuff there, there's things happening, but there's all the resources you'll ever need if you connect to the right people like Detroit Soup or Bamboo Detroit or IT and the D or a litany of or Ask Jennifer. There's so many things going on here where, like, if you actually want it, you can make it happen here. But you have to decide you want it.
Man, he sounds like a politician.
You want it, baby. You got it.
And
the look of death from Dave Phillips is fabulous.
That's not death, that's wow.
All right, so 1054 isolated soundbite.
Right, and not only that, I was just going to say, beware of the quickening. You're not Connor McLeod.
But really quickly.
The only one.
I want to mention one thing. Daily Detroit, we're not starting from scratch. We've got
you're building on your existing base.
We're building on our existing base. Exactly. We've got 37,000 Facebook followers on Daily Detroit right now. We want you to stick with us. We've got a great thing going. What you saw before is only going to evolve and be more pertinent to what's going on.
Well, and I guess elephant in the room. Let's be clear. That which was before. It's still out there. It's still continuing on. There's still somebody there doing it. But instead of voting him off the island, you left him on the island, and all you guys went off to do other cool new stuff.
That's exactly it. We left the island on our own accord.
Exactly. There is still a Hell Yeah Detroit that exists,
and he's running out of bananas to eat.
We don't have any connection to that. We don't. And this is a moment where we want to kind of clarify some confusion. We're not part of Hell Yeah Detroit anymore.
Good.
We're taking Daily Detroit. We're taking the Facebook page and we're rolling with a new thing. It's time to get something else going. It's time to come out in a new way. We had some problems with the old brand. And and we're ready to move forward. We're ready to push Detroit forward, and not just be a blog that gets people excited about things going on. We want to contribute to the conversation, and make things happen. We want to be an actor, and not just a shower.
Which one, Brad Pitt?
We got Cavill here.
Oh.
We want to be a force. We want to be a force to be reckoned with. Cue up the Star Wars or whatever.
Well, but the thing was too is that the thing is that one of the reasons why we decided to return. One of the reasons we decided to return to blogging was real simple. I remember the Gumbo guy that Patrick did a story about, and it transformed his business. Or the time I was in Campus Martius Park, talking to the Campus Martius Park. With a lady who her business was transformed by a post one of our writers who's still with us, Amanda Lawan, did about Mishapreneur, about falafel of all things. It was one of those things of where it's like
falafel and Campus Martius.
What'd you call me?
You're falafel. You're simply falafel. But it's one of those things of where we just kept getting the messages and getting the things where it's like, all right, fine, we'll get back at this. We'll do this.
Yeah.
And it was just but we had to do it our way, in a way that we felt resonated with the community. And it's okay. Whatever page views we get, we don't really care at this point.
And we'll do it our way.
Nick, you've been kind of
Laverne and Shirley.
You've been kind of quiet in this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're the chattiest man here. I think you got it covered.
What are you most excited about working with, Nick? Let's be cheesy here. Let's pretend we're on WJR.
Well, I'm excited to get back.
Oh, wait. Let me.
Smack him. Whiplash his cape.
No, I'm pumped to get back into Detroit and photographing things again, and just being a part of it again. I think it's a good new direction. Yeah, exactly.
You just love Nick.
I know.
This
is why I just take pictures usually.
This is the 11 o'clock hour. We are coming up to the end of the IT The D show.
Do we want it to be over?
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for dealing with us. We appreciate it.
Jeremiah, we can find you guys at dailydetroit.com.
Did we launch yet?
Yes, we're up. We're up.
Official. This is the official launch party.
Well, it is a
That thing about
there could be more.
Tasty burgers, and we have 5 tasty.
This is the official party.
That was a great song. It is a WordPress site. Did you put a caching plugin install?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right, boys and girls. This is the IT The D show.
So we're not going to do a segment 5?
Absolutely not.
Come on.
We'll see you guys next week, episode 60. This is Bob, the sales guy with the Geek Shop for Voice Reason.
Wait, one more time around the room.
Jump for Voice Reason. What was that?
One more time around the room. So, Jennifer, I whack you on the head. Everything for you is out at AskJenniferWithAY.com, including the All Things Detroit event that's on October 26th.
Yeah.
Okay. And everything, Amy, we can find Detroit Soup at DetroitSoup.com, Facebook, all that fun stuff.
Absolutely.
All right. And then Jeremiah, everything we have for you is out at Daily Detroit.
Yep, DailyDetroit.com.
Double D.
The double douche.
My boob size. Thank you. Hello.
I love the information we find out on this show.
Liking that joke, I might as well tell you.
Do you live alone?
Now, can we do a segment 5?
No.
Off air. All right. This is the IT that show. See you next week.
Thanks for listening.
Beat it.
The emergency destruct system is now activated.
Look out, Flash!
What? Don't move! Stay where you are!
Long live Flash! You've saved your life. Have a nice day.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Murphy.
Make the run. The run.
Game over, man. It's game over.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
Yo! Hold up! Time out! Time out! Y'all take a chill. You need to cool that shit out. And that's the double truth, Ruth.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
You're in your underwear. I'm in my underwear. Here, let's hang out.
No, I'm sorry, honey. I have a headache.
I definitely want to see Bob in his underwear. That's a fact.
Bear me.
Why would like Buick put their cars next to like the Bentleys? Like, why is this not marketing?
The alphabet.
It's brilliant.
Because you're getting your 8-track tuned up.
Are we at a break yet?
I may have to wipe the geek off. I can't say no, and I don't really want to.
Well, especially with the back doors open.
We just lost our clean tag on iTunes.
So you have no boots.
No.
You have no gloves.
No.
You have no hat.
No.
You have no scarf.
No.
You have no scraper.
No.
How long have you lived in Michigan?
All my life.
You, sir, are an idiot.
I don't care.
When are we going to talk about me?
Jane, you ignorant slut.
This is the ladies' man.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
Shut up. Stop talking.
You're so white right now.
I'm the whitest guy in the room. Just explain it to me.
I love this city.
I was banging on the wang.
Really? Should we talk about this? Tag team it. Should I keep going or should I stop?
Hell yeah.
Can I just say, it's been great being on a show that talks about Mickey Rooney dying for 20 seconds and then poop for 10 minutes.
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining?
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.